Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Afterlife SMP, and today we have a few jobs to do and a few grindy tasks to complete. As in the last episode I mentioned, I have some villagers down here in this little box and I'm going to build up a villager breeder because I do want a trading hall and I think I do want to have an iron farm as well, possibly over there. But the first thing I want to do is I think I want to put it here and clear out this area. I do have a build in mind for it, although I'm not sure I'll get to that today, as I've designed it with lots and lots of copper, let's just say. I think I need 8 stacks of copper blocks, which is pretty insane, and this is all I have at the moment. And I think the first thing I'm actually going to do is lay all this out because I do need it to oxidize. And I think if you place it kind of like this apart, it oxidizes quicker, so we'll need to do that. Lay out all the blocks we can around this whole field. It'll be like a copper field. But yeah, so I'm going to clear away this area first today, and then we can actually work on the villager breeder. Taking a little bit of a break from cleaning out that area, and I am at the shopping district, as I believe there is a shop that sells beacons. That is the one with the beacon beam, funnily enough. And I was thinking that I do need a lot more copper than what I currently have, probably double what I have at the moment. So oh that was nice. So what are they? 1 diamond block each. Oh, I don't even know if I don't even have that much money on me. Did I take a loan from the bank? I think I might need to take a loan from the bank. But yeah, I was thinking that a beacon would help probably gather up the copper I need, just clearing out a larger area under my base. That way I can get all the copper to finish the build. But yeah, having it all oxidizing out in the field is going to take quite a bit of time, so better if I do that sooner rather than later. Has he even got any? The 64 diamond one. Let's go, let's do it. I guess I just clear his name away. Alright, funds acquired. And yeah, I probably won't use all these diamonds. I'll just replace what I actually use here. I don't know if there's anything else I need to buy while I'm here, but I think take a beacon, and so that is 9. Apologies, it's not on a block. I believe this is Puff's shop, but yeah, you're just going to have to deal with it being in diamond form. But yeah, let's head back and I'll show you what I've been up to and the plans for this villager breeder. This is what I have so far, and it does look a little bit of a mess on the floor here, but basically the deep slate going around will be the exterior building that I plan on building up eventually once I get the farm up and running. But yeah, the grass in the middle, we're actually going to place a composter right there in the centre. Is that in the centre? Yes, it is. And then we're going to till all of this land. I need to go grab some potatoes to place here. But basically, yeah, we'll till all this land to make it some farmland that we place potatoes on. We'll get our 2 villagers in here. One of them will be a farmer. Then when they try and throw the potatoes to one another, they will create a baby. And the way that we do this, we create some trapdoors here so they think we can get across. I need to place some beds there that I do need to craft up. Place 3 beds here. The baby tries to come and run to the bed. Once it is in this section here, it will fall down the hole and enter our little collection chamber for the villagers. So yeah, it's just a case of building the walls up like so. Add some lighting in, plant the potatoes, and then the last job will be to get the villagers transported up here in the minecarts and dropped into this section here. And then, like I said, need to gather up a lot more copper. Some of it, as you see, is already starting to oxidize. And yeah, then we can do the final build for this. But I did forget to place the water right underneath of the composter. So we do need a water source right there, and now we can till all of this dirt here. So yeah, I'm going to do all that, set it up, and probably jump back in when I'm trying to do the villagers, as that's probably going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, we got our first villager in here pretty smoothly, so let's just do this, make sure we don't hit him. Nice, nice. And I did forget to patch up this wall here. Almost lost him. That would have been not great. So do that, and then he should pick up that composter. Maybe it's the time of day or something, I don't know, but let's get the other guy now. Nice, and then push him up this section. Come on. There we go. And he's in as well, I think. I'm hoping it's just the time of day and the reason they're not picking up this composter here, so let me put a roof on this thing and I'll keep an eye on them for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and see if they actually pick up, one of them actually picks up the farmer villager. Alright, mess has now been all cleared away, and while we're waiting to see if they pick up their job, I actually just slept, so hopefully that fixes it. I've not shown you this little bottom section here. So essentially we gather them into a 1x1. It's probably a little bit over engineered with the water, but it does mean that we do get them in this 1x1 area here, and we can throw those guys in. So when a baby falls down, and once we want to use it and take it somewhere else off in the base, you can just hit this minecart, it will pick up the villager, and yep, we can take it wherever we want to have it housed. And like I said, I want to have an iron farm, and I do want to have some trading halls and possibly villagers just in the different buildings that we have around the village here, depending on what it's for. So it could have some librarians in a library style building and things like that. So yeah, that is the idea of that. I wanted to get this set up pretty early on, and yes, you are now a farmer, so that is good. It'll take a little bit of time for it to start working, as the crops will still need to grow. I think only a few of them are fully grown at the moment. Once they start trading with each other, and I think once the inventories get full of potatoes, they will start breeding, hopefully. But yeah, we'll come by and check on that a little bit later on. For now though, I'm going to go and try and get some more copper. I do realise I bought a beacon earlier on, and yeah, I don't have enough iron or anything to actually make the beacon base, so I mean, that's not really going to work for us, is it? I definitely do not have enough iron at the moment, and yeah, I think I'm better off just going out, looking for some caves and getting some copper a good old fashioned way. But as you can see, it's taken a very long time for it to oxidise, and I do need to fix that right there. That's going to drive me absolutely mad. So I solved my issue with not having enough iron to build the beacon, and I just bought some iron from the shopping district. I feel like that's the solution to all of my problems, but yeah, got all the iron I need now, so I'm going to construct a beacon and then go down and start digging out. I think copper, you get it more likely at like Y level 48, 47, something like that. So I'm not going to be digging down diamond level today. So I can just put it up here on the surface, and that way we can just go underneath here and then start digging out and hopefully get enough copper to finish our farm here, our field of copper. And then do some AFKing to have that all oxidized for building the actual structure. So yeah, let me get to it and I'll be with you shortly. Speed, the speed. Oh, this feels so good to just insta-mine all this away. Only issue I'm going to have is obviously, oh, we got some copper, and I think I'm just going to grab the raw blocks with my silk touch for now, and I'll fortune all later. But yeah, it feels so good to be able to mine this out instantly, and I will need to go and repair my pickaxe every now and then. But there we go, some more copper. This is going to go smoothly, I think. I hope. But I'll check back in soon once I get the copper that I need. Ah, isn't it glorious? All of this copper out here in the field, and it actually looks like some weird biome glitch with all of the copper laid out in a grid like this. But this should be all of the copper that I need in the fully oxidized green version or colour. I will need another maybe stack of copper in the initial state, the kind of bronze copper state, so I'll need to go do a little bit more mining, but I think we are well on our way to getting all the materials that we need to actually do this build here. So I'm going to clean up all this mess, do a little bit more mining for the rest of the copper that I need, and yeah, then we should have enough to start on that and finally get our build done for today's episode. Oh, and there we go guys, that is a observatory, and yeah, I do realise it has nothing really to do with the actual breeder that's on the inside of it, and yeah, there's no real tie-in, but I think it looks pretty cool in our area, as a lot of it, the village is going to be more magical, fantasy, things like that, and I think this fits in nicely with the colour scheme used. I really wanted to use the copper here, and that's why I wanted to get all of the copper here for the roof fully oxidized, so that it was the green colour, and then we had the orange copper there for the actual telescope coming out of the observatory. There's still a few bits here. I'm going to let it oxidize a little bit to the first stage, and then I'm going to go ahead and wax it with the honeycomb, so it won't be as bright as it is at the moment. But other than that, I think it's pretty much done. The outside of it here along the ground maybe need a little bit better terraforming, especially here, as this is the way in and out of our little breeder system. And as you can see, we do have villagers in here. I don't actually know. There seems to be quite a lot here, so it's probably a good idea to start getting a few of them out. There we go, and we can actually get another one. I need to get more mine carts, but yeah, and we can actually start moving these guys to where we actually want to keep them. So I think other than that, the build here, there is an entrance, but I will need to connect it up with a path. I'm working on a few different path designs at the moment, and designs for using the amethyst blocks as well. But I mean, a little viewing area, I might just place a ladder down to get down to the breeder there, and that'll be the function for this entrance to the build. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the design, the colours and things used, the crimson little roof section, and yeah, it's a nice edge of our village just there at the edge of the forest, as most of the rest of the village will be outside in the main plains biome here. And eventually my main base is going to be over in those mountains, but we'll keep that a little bit of a secret at the moment, as I still in the planning stages, so it is subject to change, but that's going to be the idea and plan for the base. But yeah, it looks pretty cool sitting there in the horizon, or in the sunset, with our observatory. But with the build finally done, we are out of time for today's episode, and it has been a fair few days of running around in the caves, strip mining all sorts for that copper right there. So it's been a tough going trying to get this build done and this episode done and up for my regular upload, but I'm glad that it's here and I'm glad that it's done, as I'm really happy with the end result. But with that, I hope that you did enjoy the episode and are looking forward to what else we build up in our little village here, and hopefully next episode we can try and find out more about the Benji situation, as GP is online at the moment, but it may have to wait until the next episode. So stay tuned for that, and I think that's going to do it. So until the next one guys, thank you very much for watching, bye bye.